Hey there, welcome to our studio. We are DIY and home expert. We are also the creator of the Renaissance collection at Cottage & Country, which is furniture made out of reclaimed salvage. Today, we're talking about architectural salvage. We love architectural salvage. It's such a great way to infuse character into your home, but we know it can be kind of overwhelming if you haven't done it before. So today, we are going to cover everything from where to get your hands on architectural salvage to how to prep it, how to clean it, and even some ideas of what to do with it once you bring it home. So first off, let's talk about where to find architectural salvage. You can find it at salvage yards, flea markets, demolition sites. All of those are great options. But here's a pro tip. When you're sourcing your architectural salvage, try to find pieces that fit within the architectural style of your home. That'll really help to tie things together. Let's say that you have a craftsman-style bungalow. Try to source pieces that are craftsman-style or at least early 1900s. Here's a great example. We have some corbels that came from a home that was built in the early 1900s, and it is within the arts and crafts style. We also have a door that came from a home that was built in the 1800s, and this is a French door. It's got a lot of detail and character to it, and these were standard doors back in the day. So this really helps to tie together the character and the style of the homes. A couple more things to keep in mind when you are looking at architectural salvage is to make sure that it is in decent condition. You want to look out for any signs of pests. You don't want to bring anything with pest infestation into your home. Also, if you're looking at wood, you want to make sure that there's not any significant rot. A little bit of cosmetic wear and tear is okay, but you really want to make sure that it's structurally sound. And finally, if you're buying a window, you want to make sure that the glass is uncracked and that the whole unit is still intact. Here's a great example of a window that we picked up. It's a double-hung window, and it's original to the house. It's from the 1940s, and this window is still totally intact. All of the glass is there, and the only thing that we did was we cleaned it off. Alright, so you found some amazing architectural salvage. Now what? Well, you want to get it cleaned up before you do anything else. This is going to make the project a lot easier, and also it is going to prevent any potential damage to yourself. So if you buy a window, definitely dust it off. If you buy an old door, you want to dust it off. If you're buying any sort of trim, you want to dust it off. You're also going to want to check for any signs of lead paint. Lead paint was used all the way up until the 1970s. And if you are going to be working with a piece that does have lead paint, I'd recommend that you encapsulate it. Encapsulating just means putting another coat of paint over top of it. And that way you're not disturbing the lead paint. And always remember to wear a mask while you're doing this. Another thing that you'll probably want to do, depending on what piece you bought, is to refinish it. If you bought a table, you may want to strip it and then repaint it or restain it. You can do that on site, or if you have a bigger piece like a door, it may not fit in your house. So a local refinisher may be your best bet for that. And again, that's going to depend on what piece you bought. So, now that we've got that covered, let's talk about some of the ways that you can use architectural salvage in your home. One of the most popular ways to use architectural salvage is to use it as a headboard. You can use an old door or an old window shutter. There's lots of different options. We even seen where somebody used window panes to make a headboard. That's such a creative option. And of course, if you have a farmhouse sink, you can put it behind your bed. Don't you just love that? Other popular options include using a mantelpiece as a mantelpiece, or you can flip that around and use it as a headboard. That works really well too. And you can use architectural salvage to make shelves or bookends. You can get really creative with it. Really, the sky's the limit. Today we are actually going to do a little DIY project where we take some salvaged corbels and we are going to turn them into shelves. So, let's get started. To begin, we found some corbels that we wanted to use as shelves, and what we did was we cleaned them up a little bit. These had a lot of dirt stuck in the back, so we just brushed that out. Then we brought them home and we sanded them down a little bit, because we wanted to make sure that they were nice and smooth. Next, we measured where we wanted to mount my shelves and we marked those spots. Then we found my studs and we drilled into those spots. I installed my anchors. We did have to use anchors because we wasn't able to find studs in this particular wall. And then we secured the corbels to the wall using those screws, and that was super easy. Now we need to cut our boards. So we went to the local store, grabbed some 1x12 boards, we cut them down to the length of the corbels, and we also cut a piece of plywood to the width of 2 of the corbels. So now we're ready to assemble. We put some wood glue on the corbels where the board will sit, and then I lowered the board onto the glue. We made sure that it was centered and then we drilled through the board into the corbel. Then we moved over to the other side and we did the same thing. And this is where you want to use a level because you want to make sure that this is level. And that way you won't have any issues later on. We also put some wood glue on the back side of the corbels where the plywood will sit. And then we lowered that plywood onto the glue and I drilled it into the corbels. Then we turned it around and we did the same thing on the other side. And the last step is to finish it off. And we did not finish this project off, because we want you guys to get creative with this and finish it off however you would like to. And of course, if you want to learn more about finishing, check out all of our videos on YouTube. We have great options for staining and painting. And of course, you can always reach out with questions and we will be happy to help you pick out everything that you need. Well, we hope this video was helpful and that you feel inspired to go out there and start exploring some architectural salvage in your area. It is so much fun to get to go out there and find a piece that nobody else has and to be able to reuse it and put a new life into it. To watch more videos like this, please visit our YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button so that you never miss an exciting video. And thank you for watching.